Hi, this is Rachel from RedAnt Fashions, and today we're going to take a look at designing different hair pieces for your hair and just adding new extensions into your hair, different ways to style it. So we're going to take a quick peek at what I have to work with. So these are hair pieces that I got from Sally's Beauty Supply. They come in big long strips, and as you can tell, they're serged around the edges. It's just hair. You can usually get them in a package. They depends on different lengths that you get them for, but for a couple bucks. I usually cut them and then I bobby pin them into my hair, and I do them all differently. Over here I've got some flowers that I purchased at Michael's, and then I usually take off the stems, and I will, if you take a look right there, I stick bobby pins in the bottoms of them so you can just pin them into your hair. And now different silk flowers and different types of flowers, it just gives a great base to build on. I use bobby pins for everything. These are bobby pins that I got at a music festival. It's actually a really clever idea. Basically, it's a bobby pin and then buttons over it and then wired and fused on the back, so they're like creative little bobby pins. And then I have this little coif, this little hair piece. It's basically bangs. You can get these off of eBay, actually. They come out of Japan. But it's like a toupee, but for women. If you look on the other side, as you can tell, it just clips right into your hair. And these are girls' best friend. This is bobby pins. I usually buy them by the box. You can get them at Sally Mae's or any kind of beauty supply store. I don't like buying the little strips of bobby pins that you see at Walgreens and other places like that, because I use a lot of bobby pins. So I like to just go ahead and bulk up. You can also get hair pins and different other stuff like that for your hair, like in bulk. And I'd rather just buy it in bulk and then have it, and this will last me several years. But yes, they're a girl's best friend. You can't live without them, especially if you like to play dress up and do stuff. And then of course we have rubber bands. I prefer the little black ones, but I also get them in colors, just depending on what it is I'm going to do with my hair and how I'm going to do it. But again, rubber bands are usually the base. Rubber bands and bobby pins are two things that you're going to need the most of. Other than that, I usually try to find things that I have around the house, whether it be feathers or even in my arts and crafts supplies. Feathers, I use my jewelry. If you take a look over here, you notice I have tons of jewelry to work with. I not only wear my jewelry as far as necklaces and earrings and such where you're supposed to wear them, but I also incorporate them with bobby pins into different hair pieces and headdress, and I will drape them over my forehead and down, coming down. I have antlers laying around the house. Sometimes I will incorporate them into a headdress. It just kind of depends. So first, what I'm going to do is part my hair. Now mind you, I'm doing this not in a mirror, so please forgive me if I make mistakes. So I'm just gonna make two little ponytails in the back of my hair at the base. Okay, so once you have your hair in the ponytails, we're gonna take our strips of fabric, which are these little strips right here that I showed you earlier. We're gonna basically take a bobby pin from our bobby pins, and we're gonna clip it. As you can see, I basically stick the fabric or the hair, the strip of hair, in between the bobby pin. And what I'm gonna do is basically I'm gonna bobby pin it into the pigtail, and I'm gonna wrap this piece of hair all the way around until I can't wrap it any further around the pigtail, like such. And then once I have it completely wrapped around, I'm going to bobby pin it several times to really anchor it so that it doesn't move. I want that to be completely secure so that my pigtail stays through the whole night. I don't want to have to be adjusting it or messing with it at all. So I'm going to basically take several different bobby pins and I'm going to really anchor it. Okay, as you can see, I used about 4 or 5 bobby pins, and I anchored it all the way around in different spots so that when I move, you can see that it's pretty sturdy there. And I want to be able to stick my flowers in it in the end, and I don't want that to be messed with, so that, as you can tell, I just extended my pigtails. Now you can do that if you have longer strips. I cut mine, as you can see, this short for this particular hairstyle, but if you cut them longer, you can actually wrap them and make them thicker if you wanted them thicker. So it just kind of depends on what you like. I like, for this particular style, I like them to be thin because it's just the way that I like them. So I'm going to do it to the other side, and I'll show you in just a sec. Okay, so I have both of them in. As you can tell, it looks like I have a really bad mullet. This is not a good look. But don't worry, it gets better, I promise. So as you can tell, I got both of them in. I bobby pinned them several times. There's probably like 4 or 5 bobby pins in each. I actually bobby pinned it and anchored it all the way around. So the next step basically is to get your little toupee. So here's my toupee. Like I showed you earlier, it's just basically bangs. And again, you can pick them up on the internet. You can pick them up at wig shops. I like to personally surf the internet. I love eBay. You can get stuff like this for freaking really, really, really cheap. And if you're just playing with it, this isn't something that you do all the time, I don't want to invest hundreds of dollars on hair pieces. I just want stuff that's fun and playful that I can reuse, and if it gets damaged or lost when I go out and stuff, it's not something that I'm going to be like, oh my god. So I'm going to basically take it, figure out where I want my bangs placed, and I'm going to take it and anchor it, and then snap those snaps that I showed you, like such. I'm going to straighten it. So now that that's on, as you can tell, it looks like I have little pigtails at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to situate my bangs like that. Now I'll go ahead and I will take a couple extra bobby pins just to anchor it in place. I know that it has the 2 little clips like right there on the inside that's clipping to my hair, but just to be on the safe side, the last thing that I want when I go out is for my hair to shift. Now I bartend, and so I'm constantly picking my head up and down to serve cocktails, and it would be very, very embarrassing if my hair fell off. So I'll just take a couple and kind of just pin it into place such. Okay, so then I'm going to take my little flowers. I have it situated. My little flowers that I showed you, and I will just anchor them. I kind of put them basically at the base of my pigtail where I had wrapped the hair around it, and it covers that, basically the flowers do. And because we already like stuck bobby pins in them, it's just basically a hairpin. So I'm just gonna anchor it, boom, boom. Now we have 2 little flowers on both sides to frame my face. I'm gonna fix my bangs. And then I will take these really cute little buttons that we had. I use them as decor, and so I like, because you can't really see the bobby pin, and so I take them and just line the base of my head like such, and people were like, oh my god, those are the cutest little buttons on your head, where did you get them? I wish I knew the girl's information who I'd gotten them from, but again, these were really easy to make. She basically just took colored copper wire that you can get at Michael's or any craft store, and she wired this one's got like 3 buttons, as you can see. Some of them have 2 buttons. She wired them, and then she got bobby pins that already have a little round on the back, and she just glued them together. So this is just a really clever little crafty little idea that you can dress up bobby pins with. So I'm gonna do that, and ta-da! Now, of course, I don't have any makeup on, so once I get this all assembled, depending on what outfit I'm wearing, I'm going to design my makeup to match. But already, even without the makeup, you can tell the difference in my face as far as the direction that it's going to go. I mean, this you can basically do like a little mandarin outfit, which I like to do, with crazy makeup and stuff, or you can actually do like a 50s pinup girl. So it's just kind of fun. And there you have it. So this is just something simple and easy for beginners, or even for more advanced people that don't want to take the time to, you know, you're about to run out of the house and you don't have a lot of time to get ready. This is something simple and fun. You can take a little bit more time getting your makeup fixed, and it still looks really, really cute. And again, the hair pieces, you can braid them and then do different little things, or you can do thicker pieces so that this is a little bit thicker. For me, this is a really cute little mullet. It's like a 50s girl pinup mullet. But there you have it. And as you can see, the little buttons. And there you go. This is Rachel from RedAnt Fashions, bringing you a little tiny fashion tip, styling hair, and let me know what your guys' turn out like.